after getting drunk. I went to the bathroom to shower. Unexpectedly, as soon as I opened the door, I stumbled upon my sister bathing. Ah, pervert. My youngest sister, Mu Tangchun, was sitting in the bathtub. Her hands were covering her chest. Her cheeks were flushed with embarrassment. I scratched my head. My apologies. Today, I had a bit to drink, so I am a little drunk. But in my heart, I still grumbled to myself. Who told you to bathe without turning on the light or locking the door? And there wasn't even the sound of water. Mu Tangchun completely ignored my apology and immediately went into rap battle mode. You rotten delinquent. You idiot. You pervert. Stupid. So young and already drinking and piercing your ears, and peeking at me while I bathe. How could Uncle Mu? I had originally intended to leave, but after hearing these scolding words from Mu Tangchun, I immediately locked the bathroom door from the inside. Seeing this, Mu Tangchun panicked. You! What are you trying to do? Get out. Quick. I slowly walked forward, opening the glass shower door wide, facing Mu Tangchun at close range. Ah, pervert. Mu Tangchun shrieked, frantically splashing water from the tub towards me. But I directly grabbed Mu Tangchun's wrist, pulling her out of the water, and said coldly, "Little sister, please understand the situation. This is my Mu family home, not your Mu family home. Show some respect when you talk to me." Mu Tangchun struggled non-stop, trying to pull her hand free. Even if this is the Mu family home, you peeked at me bathing. I'll tell Uncle Mu. I'll tell my mom. I spread my arms, and nonchalantly said, "Suit yourself. I don't care at all." Mu Tangchun saw my indifferent expression, angrily yelled, "Pervert. I'll ruin your reputation. I'll let Uncle Mu see your true colors." Slap. I gave her a direct slap. Did you think I was some useless male lead who only knows how to swallow insults? Mu Tangchun fell back into the bathtub, clutching her face. Her eyes were brimming with tears. You dare hit me? My mother has never even hit me. I am not your mother. Mu Tangchun was about to continue scolding, but then she knew better and shut her mouth. Though we aren't blood related, I am temporarily considered her older brother. Teaching a younger sister who speaks nonsense a lesson is simply common sense. After speaking, I turned to leave. Suddenly, I remembered something, and turned back. Mu Tangchun flinched nervously, thinking I had come back to hit her again. She quickly cowered into the corner of the tub. Ah, that's right. Just now, you called me a pervert, didn't you? I asked, looking down at her. Mu Tangchun instinctively tried to open her mouth. Is it not, you no? I didn't say anything. The girl realized the situation, and quickly clamped her small mouth shut. Seeing her fearful demeanor, I couldn't help but laugh. I still prefer your arrogant look from before. Mu Tangchun, ashamed and angry, pointed at me. Suddenly, I opened my mouth and asked, "You didn't add anything to the bathtub, right?" Hearing that, Mu Tangchun was stunned. "Why are you asking that?" My voice suddenly became several shades louder. "Answer me. Look into my eyes." Mu Tangchun flinched, quickly closing her eyes, frantically raising her hands to cover her face. No, I didn't add anything." "That's good," I said. I grabbed my toothbrush cup from the sink, scooped a cup of water from the bathtub. Mu Tangchun froze. "What are you doing?" I said jokingly. "Didn't you just call me a pervert? In that case, today, I'll truly live up to the name pervert." With that, I drank the entire cup of bath water in my hand. Seeing this, Mu Tangchun's brain froze for 3 seconds. No way. Can a person really drink that? I wore an expression of pure enjoyment. The taste isn't bad either. It's perfect since I drank a lot, and I am a bit thirsty. As soon as these words came out, Mu Tangchun's beautiful face immediately turned crimson. You damn pervert. Wah! I won't be able to face anyone ever again. I leaned down slightly, and grabbed Mu Tangchun's chin with one hand. What else do you want to do? Can't I just be wrong? Mu Tangchun was genuinely scared now. She was on the verge of tears. Is this guy crazy? But I said seriously, judging by your attitude just now, from today onwards, I'll be keeping a close eye on you. I'll make you live forever under my shadow. Just slowly enjoy it, little sister. After speaking, I ruffled Mu Tangchun's wet hair, then turned and left. At this moment, Mu Tangchun still hadn't fully recovered. Her face was filled with unease and fear. She wondered what I had truly meant by my words just now. Could it be he actually wants to kick me out of this house? Oh, that's right. There's one more thing. I turned back again. Mu Tangchun was startled again, shaking. You, what else do you want to do? You're not going to take pictures of me, are you? And then force me to do things. Hearing that, I chuckled. You're right. I wouldn't have thought of that if you hadn't said anything. No, absolutely not. Mu Tangchun was truly terrified this time. Seeing that, I waved my hand. Don't worry. I have no interest whatsoever in your childish figure. Mu Tangchun was stunned, then immediately bristled. I don't have a childish figure. I am super curvy, you know. I apologize. Suddenly, I bowed 90 degrees to apologize. My attitude was extremely sincere. This time, Mu Tangchen was completely dumbfounded. What does this even mean? Is it a second personality? Although your rude remarks tonight were at fault first, but I also shouldn't have barged into the bathroom, without knocking, and slapped you. So I apologize to you. I spoke with utmost sincerity. This made Mu Tangchen feel completely unreal. She patted her small face. Is this still the cruel older brother from earlier? While Mu Tangchen was still dazed, I waved goodbye. Alright, the apology is done. Just wait for the big gift I've prepared for you tomorrow. This awkward maneuver left Mu Tangchen dumbfounded. It took a long time for her to recover. Mu Ji, you really are a super pervert. Back in my room, I lay on the bed, recalling the events of the past few days. Damn, what a chaotic mess. Just because, 3 days ago, my father, who had been single for 20 years, suddenly announced he wanted to get married. Moreover, his fiancée had 4 daughters. Whatever. I'll play a game first, then figure it out. Just as I was about to turn on my computer, the door to my room was suddenly pushed open. I saw someone wearing a set of cute bunny print pajamas. It was Mu Nai. She was timidly hiding behind the doorframe, looking at me with her large, teary eyes. Is something wrong? I asked casually. Brother Muji, Mu Nai mumbled. I stood up and walked over to her, and asked again. What exactly do you want from me? If it's nothing, I am closing the door to play games. Mu Nai mustered all her courage and said, Want to play? I was a bit confused. Play? Play what? I want to play you. Mu Nai was a little nervous, stammering her words. Hearing that, I was slightly stunned. Before I could let my thoughts run wild, Mu Nai continued. Play the game you used to play. I helplessly clutched my forehead. Next time. Could you think it through before speaking? Sorry. Mu Nai bowed her small head. I didn't say anything more, leaning aside to let her pass. Come in first, then we'll see. At the computer, I had just logged into my account, and spoke. All right, you can sit next to me and watch for now. After I finish this round, I'll let you play too. Mu Nai obediently nodded. Yes. Very quickly, I let my third sister practice. The results made me shake my head in resignation. Mu Nai was a little embarrassed. Next time, Yi will definitely satisfy you. Meanwhile, Mu Tangchen, after bathing, hesitated in the hallway for a long time. In the end, she still didn't report my behavior. She didn't dare to gamble, afraid that if she spoke out, I would retaliate fiercely. Hateful. I am so choked with indignation. That pervert dared to hit me and threaten me. Just you wait until tomorrow. I don't believe it. What? Can you eat me or something? Mu Tangchen kicked the railing of the second floor hallway as she fumed. Very quickly, Tangchen arrived in front of my room. From inside the room, I could hear Sanji's voice. Mu Nai and Mu Jie were talking to each other. Only. The content of their conversation left one speechless. Mu Tangchen didn't say another word. She directly kicked my door wide open, yelling, administrative check. Headshots for everyone now. Don't move. To save her older sister. The girl was risking her life today. Hearing the commotion at the door, Mu Nai instinctively raised both her hands, clearly startled. As for me, I turned my head to glance at Mu Tangchen, with a slightly annoyed expression. Mu Tangchen, was the slap in the bathroom earlier not enough for you? I am currently very fired up. It's hard enough to find a sister who would obediently learn controls with me. It was almost a critical moment. Unexpectedly, Mu Tangchen suddenly ruined everything. You can't bully Sanji. Mu Tangchen's legs were shaking a little, but seeing Sanji being controlled by me in her mind, her eyes were incredibly resolute. Hearing that, Mu Nai and I couldn't help but look at each other, not understanding why Mu Tangchen would say such a thing. Mu Tangchen struck a heroic, self-sacrificing pose. Although we are helpless in this house, and you alone rule everything. But if you are determined to bully Sanjie, then you'll have to step over my dead body first. No. Don't. Mu Nai refused Mu Tangchen's request to swap places, and reached out to hug my arm. Sanji, you. Mu Tangchen's face was full of doubt. At this point, I slowly stood up, placed Mu Nai on my bed, then strode over to Mu Tangchen. You idiot. What do you think we were doing? Mu Tangchen instinctively hugged her chest, and backed away a few steps. Don't you dare do anything funny. I'll bite you. Don't be so self-absorbed, little sister. I've been hanging around the heavy taste scene for years. What kind of girls haven't I seen? With a childish figure like yours, if you were in the lowly section, it'd still have to hit the report button, let alone be interested. I gave Mu Tangchen a direct glare. Hearing that, Mu Tangchen immediately gaped, and retorted stubbornly, this is a childish figure. I scoffed. That's right. Don't you have any ABCD cup knowledge in your head? Mu Tangshan's illusions were completely shattered. You idiot! You blind fool. The figure she had always been proud of was trashed by me to the point of being worthless. I glared at the girl. The one with no discerning eye is you, based on a few words. You already concluded that we were doing something illicit. Mu Tangshan suppressed her fear, and naturally said with an expression, is it not? I had an expression full of disdain. You fool, how on earth did you pass high school back then? Mu Tangshan was now red-faced and furious, and immediately questioned, then tell me. You two said eating this will make you stronger. What were you eating? Mental clarity. Gum. An essential item for jungling, I said. I took out gum and threw it to Mu Tangshan. Mu Nai also opened her mouth at this point. Inside, there was indeed a piece of chewing gum, but Mu Tangshan was still not convinced. Then, what about very big? What's that? It's the keyboard I just changed. Aluminum alloy casing. Too big, too heavy. I explained nonchalantly. Then what about rhythmic up and down movement? Moving the up and down keys during combat. Without rhythm, it's easy to lose focus. Standing still, too hot, temperature too high. What's this then? Mu Tangshan relentlessly pressed on with her questions. I had just held the mouse. The residual heat was very high. I explained each point to Mu Tangshan. Mu Nai, next to me, kept nodding in cooperation. Mu Tangshan was speechless. No way, Sanjie. Why are you siding with him? Even if I misunderstood, does this man have no fault at all? All right, that's enough for today. I am sleepy. Out of respect for you, for your sister's sake, you just barged in here. I won't hold it against you this time. After speaking, I chased both of them out of the room, then closed the door. Mu Tangshan looked at the tightly closed door. Her face was unconvinced. What's with the arrogance? I just misunderstood you a little, didn't I? It's nothing serious. Get my revenge later if I get the chance, but it's also lucky. At least I managed to rescue Sanji. It's not a complete loss. Next, Mu Tangshan turned her head to look at Mu Nai. Her eyes were full of expectation, wanting to be praised by her sister for her courage just now. However, Mu Nai just gently said, nosy, then trotted away. Mu Tangshan stood stunned in place. Fine. Very well. Turns out I was just a clown. Early the next morning, I, who usually slept until noon, suddenly opened my eyes. The incident has arrived. At this moment, I was sitting on the bed. A mechanical ding sound suddenly echoed in my mind. Congratulations, Master, for successfully digesting your stepsister's bathwater. The stepsister's bathwater reward system has been activated. Reward, extreme heat resistance physique, can withstand up to 70 degrees Celsius. I was stunned for a moment. This is a system? After receiving an affirmative answer, I immediately pointed to the sky and directly swore loudly, what kind of damn system is this? Last night, I was just drunk and wanted to scare Mu Tangshan a bit. That's not a personal preference, alright? Bathwater. Even dogs wouldn't drink that. Understood. Ding. Master's wishes understood. System is about to detach. I immediately shot up and reached out. Chato-mat. Wait a minute. Dogs don't drink it, but I do. Ding. System detachment cancelled. Thank you for your trust, Master. I sighed in relief. I almost lost the chance to reach the pinnacle of life. But what the hell is this extreme heat resistance physique? Whatever. Practice is the sole criterion for testing truth. I directly put on a puffer jacket in the hot summer, set the air conditioner to heating mode, at the highest temperature. On the other side, Mu Tangshan had just returned home from her morning run. She said to Mu Yuye, who had just finished showering, and was drying her hair, Xiao Yi, go upstairs and call Mu Ji down for breakfast. Mu Yuye immediately replied, yes, he'll go right away, then quickly went upstairs to the second floor. As soon as she went upstairs, she met Mu Tangshan, who had just woken up. The girl opened her mouth and asked, what's wrong? Ji, why are you in such a hurry? Mu Yuye explained, Mom told me to wake Mu Ji up, to eat breakfast together. Hearing that, Mu Tangshan's expression immediately changed. She grumbled, why call that pervert? Can't we just eat by ourselves? Xiao Chun, you shouldn't be so rude. He's our older brother after all. Don't say that again. Mu Yuye reminded her. Although we're not very close with Mu Ji yet, but we still need to have basic politeness. An older brother is an older brother. Mu Tangshan pouted. Tsk. Why are you like that, Jie? So talkative. Mu Yuye said seriously. I am reminding you. Don't be disrespectful. Mu Tangshan was speechless. All right. I know. Seriously. Why does everyone value him so much? She wondered if she was the only one in the house who saw through that pervert's true nature. It's good that you know. Don't let Mom hear that sentence again. Otherwise, she'll definitely hit you. Mu Yuye threatened her, then intended to continue going upstairs. Just then, Mu Tangchun's eyes darted around. She reached out and grabbed Mu Yue's wrist, smiling mischievously. G, how about I go call him for you? Mu Yue looked at the girl with doubt. Are you sure? Why is this girl suddenly so understanding? Such a small matter as calling someone. Just let me do it. G, go rest. After speaking, Mu Tangchun skipped away cheerfully. Arriving in front of my room, Mu Tangchun held her phone. Just thinking about what she was about to do made her want to laugh. HMPH. Damn it. That pervert. Prepare to receive this young lady's punishment. The next second, Mu Tangchun reached out and pushed the large door wide open, and yelled loudly, "You damn pervert, wake up now." Before she even finished speaking, a surge of scorching hot air rushed directly into her face. Mu Tangchun was caught off guard. In an instant, she felt the moisture on her face completely evaporate. Sweat poured out of her like rain. Welcome to my kingdom. I was wearing a completely buttoned-up puffer jacket, and walked leisurely in front of Mu Tangchun with a comfortable expression. Seeing this, Mu Tangchun was dumbfounded. Monster, is he a monster? It's so hot, yet he turned on the AC for heating, and he's wearing a puffer jacket. Hearing that, I sighed helplessly. See? You're scolding me again. As if a certain code in her body was activated, Mu Tangchun instinctively wanted to escape from this place, but I anticipated her actions, and was one step faster, reaching out to grab her wrist, dragging her into my room. Come on. Let's burn together. My crazy laughter echoed, accompanied by the loud slam of the door. Mu Tangchun screamed like a pig being slaughtered. No. Don't. Yeah, mate. Not long after, I changed into a comfortable short-sleeved outfit, and elegantly ate the breakfast made by my stepmother, Mu Qianqian, while Mu Tangchun, next to me, was drenched in sweat, lying limp on the chair, her face flushed red, her eyes hazy. She weakly raised her hand, wanting to flip me off. You beast. Seeing that, I quickly, with keen eyes, immediately shoved a cucumber into her hand. Eat slowly, no rush. Mu Qianqian looked at the warm scene between the two of them, and couldn't help but smile. Indeed, it's a heartwarming sibling bond. It seems you children get along very well. Father Mu Feng also smiled and said, that's exactly right. Xiao Chun is still the most obedient, but with Mu Jie's temper, who knows when, hell, ever become decent. Oh, why would you talk about your son like that? I think Xiao Mu is clearly very well behaved. Mu Qianqian spoke up in my defense. Hearing that, Mu Feng pouted. Sigh, my dear, you just don't know. Back when he was in 7th grade, he made old Wang's daughter next door. Before he could finish his sentence, Mu Qianqian suddenly picked up food for him, stopping him from speaking. Come on. Come on. Quickly try this. Then she winked at me, meaning, your little secret, Auntie has kept it safe for you. I nodded in response. I didn't expect my stepmother to be so understanding. If this were in ancient times, I would definitely have to swear allegiance to her as a godparent. Meanwhile, the 3 sisters, who were ready to gossip, were visibly disappointed. The juicy gossip was almost out. Why did it suddenly get held back? I really want to know Mu Jie's little secret. Soon enough, breakfast was over. Mu Feng suddenly pulled out the keys to his Cullinan, and tossed them to me. My eyes lit up. Did Dad finally decide to give me a car? Mu Feng glared at me. Dream on. I told you to drive your sister to her college entrance exam. The exam site is your old school. I looked at Mu Feng with disdain. No, too tiring. This brat, Mu Feng said, reaching for his belt. I'll give you a taste of Chi Qi Lang. Oh, wait, here. Why are there so many foot massage membership cards here? Who made these cards? Who loaded money onto them? So hard to guess. I suddenly spoke up with a sarcastic tone. Mu Feng flinched. He quickly reached out and covered my crow mouth. Shut up, you big mouth. I struggled. Fine. I'll give it to you. All right, Mu Feng sighed. Today, had been tricked by his own son. Then he glanced at Mu Qianqian, who was busy in the kitchen. After making sure she hadn't heard anything, he chose to spend money to avoid disaster. If the car is lost, it can be bought back. But if the wife is lost, then it's truly a complete loss. Patting Mu Feng's shoulder, I was very pleased with old Deng's filial piety. Wouldn't it have been done sooner this way? Go. Hurry up and take your sister to her exam. If you dare to be late, see how I deal with you. Mu Feng gave me a disgusted kick. I wiggled my butt, and quickly dodged it. Don't worry, Dad. I guarantee I'll get her there safely. Then I performed a graceful slide, arriving in front of my eldest sister, Mu Yulu. I grabbed her small hand and said, let's go. My sister Mu Yulu was still a bit bewildered. It wasn't until her body was pulled along by me that she finally reacted. Mu Ji, I can walk by myself. I am in a hurry. The speed was very fast. The two of them instantly disappeared from everyone's sight. Watching their retreating figures, Mu Nai mumbled a blessing. Big sister, you can do it. Mu Ye patted her shoulder. With big sister's strength, passing a 211 university is absolutely no problem. Mu Tang Chun, now enveloped in cold air, finally came back to her senses. That's right, my eldest sister is unmatched in the world. How could she not conquer the college entrance exam? Xiao Lu will definitely make it. Mu Qiangqian smiled and nodded. Mu Tang Chun suddenly thought of something. She asked curiously, Uncle Mu, that detestable, no. How many points did he get on his college entrance exam? Hearing this, Mu Yuye and Mu Nai nearby also became curious. Towards this brother who acted so unusually, they wanted to understand him a little more. Mu Feng pondered for a moment. Back then, he scored 619 points. I think he got into a 211 university. After that, I don't know. He didn't tell me much then. Mu Qiangqian was a little surprised. Oh my, I never expected Xiao Mu to be so outstanding. HMPH? Outstanding my foot. It's all because of his father's good genes. Mu Feng had a smug expression. Mu Qiangqian pouted. I remember back then you only got into your second choice. Didn't you? Mu Feng gave an awkward laugh. Alright, it's understandable for genes to mutate a little occasionally. On this side, I drove the newly acquired supercar. I performed a clean drift, parking neatly into the spot, opened the door and got out. The whole series of movements was smooth and decisive. Mu Yulu, sitting in the passenger seat, had to cling to the door as soon as she got out. She looked extremely uncomfortable. Too fast. I twisted open a bottle of mineral water and handed it to her. How is it? Are you okay? Mu Yulu reached out and took it. She said uncomfortably, thanks. I originally wanted to scold you a bit, but my good family upbringing prevented her from uttering such vulgar words. I leaned against the car door. I looked at the familiar yet strange gate of Gunan High School. I couldn't help but exclaim, damn this crappy school. The moment I graduated back then, they started renovating. Air conditioning, bathroom doors, dorms, floor tiles, everything is brand new. So what about all the hardships I suffered back then? After taking a few sips of water, Mu Yulu finally cleared her head after her dizziness. She secretly decided in her heart, I'll never ride in his car again. It seems we arrived too early. I looked at the exam site gate, which was still closed. I helplessly sighed. Mu Yulu took out a book, and immediately began to read intently. It's okay. I'll read a bit more. I was a bit curious. I asked, haven't you reviewed enough? No, I've reviewed. It's fine, but I want to look over it a bit more. Normally, Mu Yula's grades were excellent, but for some reason, every time an exam came around, she couldn't help but flip through her books. I asked again, is it because it's your first time taking the college entrance exam? This question made Mu Yulu unsure how to answer. Probably, I nodded. I also didn't continue to bother. Mu Yulu's study rhythm, after all, the college entrance exam, also heavily depends on personal mindset. Time slowly passed. The temperature also gradually rose. More and more parents bringing their children to the exam gathered around. The sounds also grew noisy. Drops of sweat dotted Mu Yula's forehead. She constantly fanned herself with her hand. Her restless emotions made it impossible for her to concentrate anymore. It's too hot. Are you okay? I noticed Mu Yula's strange behavior. I conveniently handed her a pack of wet wipes. The car's air conditioning system was broken. It hadn't been fixed yet. I am fine, thank you, Muji. Mu Yulu took the wet wipes. The moment her fingers touched mine, a sudden cool current flowed to her fingertips. It cleared her hazy mind. So cool. Could he be the legendary Ice Physique? Following that, she unconsciously moved a little closer to me. As time passed, the surrounding temperature kept rising. The distance between Mu Yulu and me also continuously narrowed, until our arms touched. Mu Yulu suddenly woke up with a start. She looked up, and I was also looking down at that moment. The moment our eyes met, Mu Yula's eyes showed a hint of panic. She unconsciously stepped back. Sorry. I was too absorbed in reading just now. As for me, I didn't really pay attention to these things. I continued scrolling on my phone. Mu Yulu saw that, and also sighed in relief. I casually said, if it's hot, just lean here. There's nothing around here. If you get sunstroke, I wouldn't know what to tell old Deng. Mu Yulu heard that, and reflexively waved her hand. It's okay, Mu Ge. I am not that hot. I am just a little. Before she could finish, drip, sweat involuntarily streamed down her forehead. Still talking tough? I stepped forward. I proactively walked to Mu Yula's side. The cool sensation returned. Mu Yula's mind also cleared up as a result. She quickly thanked me. Thank you, Mu Ge. Very quickly. Half an hour passed. The exam site gate also opened. Mu Yulu was still reading at this moment. Her fingers trembled more and more violently. So that's how it is. This character is written like this, right? Right. I still have the next ancient poem to review. That essay template still needs. Suddenly, I called out loudly, Mu Yulu. Mu Yulu was immediately cut off from her anxious state. She unconsciously looked up. What is it? Mu? Thump. I quickly reached out and pulled Mu Yulu into my arms, leaning close to her ear. I whispered, I like you. After hearing that, Mu Yulu stared blankly. She didn't expect her adoptive brother to confess his feelings at this moment, but this was too perfunctory. They had only known each other for 3 days. Just as she didn't know what to do, I casually said, How is it? Are you no longer stressed now? Mu Yulu was stunned. This, I explained, I saw your hands trembling badly just now. You must be suffering from pre-exam anxiety disorder. Normal comforting words are all nonsense. Therefore, I thought of using a different method to help you relieve some stress. Sorry for presuming to hug you. Hearing these words, Mu Yulu immediately breathed a sigh of relief. The initial feeling of tension vanished without a trace. Her fingers also stopped trembling. It's okay. It's okay. Muji only resorted to this because of me. I should be the one apologizing. I made you worry. It's good that you understand. I looked at Mu Yulu. She didn't seem like the type to backstab, so I said, The school gate is open. Good luck with your exam. Yes, thank you, Muji, for taking me. Mu Yulu thanked him again. Then, with a flushed face, she walked into the school. On the way, in Mu Yulu's mind, she involuntarily recalled my hug. Within the coldness, a hint of warmth emanated. It truly felt very safe. Oh, he's my adoptive brother. What nonsense am I thinking? She hurriedly raised her hands and patted her flushed cheeks. As for me, I couldn't help but stretch. Finally, I am done sending her off. Suddenly, a sarcastic voice rang out. It said, Hey, damn it, you. I was about to swear. I was going to curse out 18 generations of their ancestors, but after seeing who it was, I fell silent. I immediately rushed forward and accurately grabbed the girl in a headlock. That scoundrel. Dizziness is normal. Seeing this, Li Ruyan didn't panic at all. She immediately reached out to attack my lower body. I shivered and quickly bent down to dodge. Holy crap, Jianghu rules. You. Don't hit below the belt. You. Liu Ruyan glanced at me scornfully. Worthless piece of trash. I retorted irritably. I am trash? That move just now, even Ultraman would have to dodge it. Liu Ruyan spoke with a look of disdain. Muji, I've noticed you're truly desperate now. You'll eat anything. Taking advantage of a high school girl who's just old enough for college exams? I really can't with you. I immediately reacted. That's my sister. Idiot. Liu Ruyan clapped her hands. Great. Keep making it up. Keep making things up. I was speechless. After patiently explaining for a long time, Liu Ruyan finally believed that Mu Yulu was my sister, as well as my current complicated family situation. PFT. Someone who'd been flaunting his real estate in front of me for over a decade finally got it snatched away. Liu Ruyan covered her mouth and laughed. Her beautiful face was filled with schadenfreude. I glared at her. Do I need you to worry about it? But then again, you got 4 additional little sisters as a bonus. It's like your ancestor's grave is smoking green. Liu Ruyan laughed carelessly. The ancestral grave is smoking because it got burned. Then I took out a can of beer and handed it to Liu Ruyan. So what are you doing here? My brother is taking his college entrance exam. Didn't you know? Liu Ruyan asked back. I thought about it. Oh, is it that stinky brat? He used to get beaten by his sister, and would complain to me about it. I can't believe 3 years have passed in a flash. Liu Ruyan raised her hand and punched me. You're a brother, but you don't act responsibly at all. I shrugged helplessly. I can make it up later, right? I am usually so busy. How can I remember all this? Liu Ruyan asked curiously. Busy with what? Looking for a girlfriend? Making money? I answered flatly. Suddenly Liu Ruyan teased. I just realized you. Why is it so cool around you? Is it because you miss me by your side? Are you feeling cold in your heart? As she spoke, she leaned her entire body against me, and comfortably stretched. I glared at her. My tone was somewhat helpless. Always the same since childhood. Truly a brat who refuses to grow up. You're no different. You're all grown up, but you still get heated playing games. Liu Ruyan argued back. Who was it that broke the room last night? I pouted. That was an accident. I was just... Liu Ruyan was halfway through her sentence. She suddenly stopped. She asked curiously, What's wrong? No, nothing. Auntie Flo came to visit last night. My mood wasn't very stable. Liu Ruyan evasively said. In reality, she was genuinely upset last night. Her childhood friend, whom she had raised for so long, was snatched away by another girl. The time they spent together was also cut in half by the 4 newcomers. This is no different from stealing vegetables in Happy Farm, but Liu Ruyan couldn't show it. After all, if I knew her true thoughts, I would definitely laugh at her mercilessly. Looks like I am really hungry. Even my good brother. I can swallow him whole. Before long, Time passed. The morning exam ended. The gate of Gyu Nan High School also opened. A bustling crowd continuously poured out. Mu Yulu was pushed and shoved by the surrounding crowd. A feeling of nausea immediately surged over her. She was suddenly bumped by a male student. Her steps faltered, and she fell to the ground. Just as she was about to fall, a cold hand suddenly grabbed Mu Yulu. It grasped her small, warm hand and pulled her up. Mu Yulu's spirit was shaken. Muji. Thank goodness. I am saved. She breathed a sigh of relief. A relieved smile gradually spread across her lips. Although Mu Yulu was always the eldest sister in the Mu family, she had also once fantasized about having an older brother to take care of her. Now, my image was coinciding with that illusion in her dream. I looked at the profusely sweating Mu Yulu. I couldn't help but frown. Your physique is really weak. You can't even push through a small crowd like this. So frail. Mu Yulu hurriedly apologized. Sorry. Mu Jie. I have a naturally poor heat tolerance. I held her hand and slowly walked forward. Remember to train your body well from now on. Being weak like this all the time will cause trouble. And also, later on, when eating, I was about to introduce dietary therapy to Mu Yulu, but I suddenly thought I might be meddling too much, so I chose to keep quiet. Mu Yulu asked curiously, "What's wrong, Muji?" "Nothing. You can figure out how to train yourself." After saying that, I pondered. Strange. Why am I unconsciously acting like those didactic older brothers in a family? Could it be that I genuinely see Mu Yulu as my sister? Alright. Although I don't know why I suddenly became so strange, but Mu Yulu very wisely chose to remain silent. She lowered her head, looking at my hand holding hers. Her beautiful face couldn't help but blush. Very quickly, the two of us arrived at the car. I noticed that not far away, Liu Ruyan had already picked up her younger brother. Liu Ruyan grinned and waved goodbye. She even made a loving kissing gesture. Be sure to love your sister, okay? I decisively gave her the middle finger. Mu Yulu looked over. She instantly saw a big sister who looked extremely gorgeous and full of charisma, so she asked, Mu Ji, is that your? I turned and got into the car. Just an idiot, never mind. Mu Yulu saw that and quickly followed. She wondered in her heart, does Mu Ji have a grudge against her? On the other side, Liu Yishou asked curiously, Mu Ji, does he have a girlfriend? Sis, Liu Ruyan said coldly, his sister. Hearing that, Liu Yishou was speechless. Can you please fix your habit of cursing people all the time? Liu Ruyan raised her hand and punched Liu Yishou. I meant it literally, idiot. Liu Yishou winced. Oh. So it's Mu Ji's sister. That's good. Then this old sister still has a chance. What? What did you say? All dark words. Liu Ruyan looked at my departing figure. A look of disgust immediately appeared on her face. You really don't like it? Liu Yishou asked again. Liu Ruyan angrily kicked Liu Yishou. Like your skull. If you have time to worry about your sister, then you'd be better off finding yourself a girlfriend after the college entrance exam. Liu Yishou chuckled while dodging his sister's jade kick. Since you said that, I'll have to introduce Mu Ji to some pretty girls. Do you have a grudge against the girls in your class? Why are you pushing them into a fiery pit? Liu Ruyan spoke sharply. Liu Yishou, however, looked serious. Who says, Mu Ji is really popular in my class, you know. Then he explained why. Liu Ruyan was stunned. Is that for real or a joke? Is that kid really that handsome? Absolutely. You have no idea how handsome Mu Ji is. If it weren't for the fact that sometimes at night when you sleep, you often call out Mu Ji's name and go crazy over the teddy bear he gave you, I would have already taken Mu Ji's chat ID and sold it for money. Liu Ruyan's beautiful face couldn't help but flush crimson. She immediately grabbed Liu Yishou's ear and warned him, those words just now. If you dare let a third person know, you're dead for sure. Do you hear me? Ow. Ow. That hurts, sister. Your little brother understands. Liu Yishou quickly assured her. Liu Ruyan scoffed lightly. Then she crossed her arms over her chest and turned to leave the spot. Liu Yishou rubbed his reddened ear. He sighed, a little helpless. Brother Mu, my own older brother, please come and tame this sister of mine. Your little brother can't take it anymore. A day of exams quickly came to an end. As Mu Yulu and I returned home, something interesting happened. The three Mu sisters warmly welcomed Mu Yulu, eldest sister. Welcome home. Mu Tangchun even climbed directly onto Mu Yulu and rubbed affectionately against her. Xiao Chun, it's too hot, Mu Yulu murmured. She was almost melting, enveloped by her sister's enthusiasm. Mu Yuye giggled and said, eldest sister, you must have done really well on your exams today. Mu Tangchun declared confidently. Second sister, you're stating the obvious. With eldest sister's abilities, this small exam is definitely no problem. Mu Nai softly opened her mouth. Was there anything interesting on the way? Were the questions hard? Did you meet any handsome boys? Eldest sister, you're not lovesick, are you? The three girls' little mouths chattered nonstop. Mu Yulu gave a slightly sweaty, forced smile. Your questions are really too much. I just finished the math exam. My head is still a mess. Stop messing around, you three. Xiao Lu just got back from her exam. Let her rest a bit before answering. Mu Qianqian stepped out from the kitchen. She scolded them, then glanced at me, and smiled gently. You worked hard today, Xiao Mu. It's nothing, I replied indifferently. I secretly thought, just driving someone around and managing to trick the old man into giving me a car, it's definitely a huge profit. All right, it was still hard for you, though, having you run around in this heat. If Mu Qianxian didn't have her driver's license yet, she would have personally driven Mu Yulu today. I glanced at the sumptuous dishes on the table and said, hot is hot, but to get to eat Aunt Mu's homemade cooking tonight, a little hardship is worth it. Really? That's wonderful. Then remember to eat a lot later. Okay, Auntie will go stir-fry 2 more dishes. Mu Qianqian was very happy, because I liked her cooking. Alright, Xiao Chun. I am going to take a bath first. Wait for me to come out, then we can talk. Mu Yulu patted Mu Tangqian's bottom, telling her to get off her. Mu Tangqian was a little reluctant. She said, oh, okay, then hurry and take your bath. I know, I'll be back in time for dinner. With that, Mu Yulu went upstairs to the 2nd floor. After hearing this news, I instantly flashed, and followed Mu Yulu upstairs to the 2nd floor. Mu Nai, who had keen senses, seemed to have noticed something. She glanced at my sneaky appearance, then immediately took a step and secretly followed behind me, back to her room. After Mu Yulu had picked out her change of clothes, just as she stepped out of her door, she ran into me, leaning against the railing on the 2nd floor, sucking on a lollipop and scrolling on my phone. She greeted me with a soft, hello, Brother Mu. I nodded, then put away my phone, and slowly walked towards Mu Yulu. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Just as I was about to get close to Mu Yulu, my legs suddenly went soft, my whole body collapsed, falling straight into her arms. Mu Yulu immediately exclaimed, Brother Mu, then quickly reached out her hands, and embraced me as I fell into her arms. She said worriedly, Brother, what's wrong with you? Is it heat stroke, or low blood pressure? I raised a finger, stopping Mu Yulu's worried words. Please, be quiet for a moment. How can I be quiet in this situation? Mu Yulu's face was panicked. Her heart was filled with guilt. She felt it was her own body temperature that disrupted my internal and external temperature balance, which caused me to faint. Now, I whispered, calm down and listen to me. I am sick. I need medicine. What medicine? I'll go buy it right now. Mu Yulu asked anxiously. No need to buy. Just give me a cup of your bathwater. Okay. No problem. I'll go right now. Huh. Mu Yulu spoke halfway, suddenly froze. Wait, what kind of medicine is this? It's a folk remedy, I said, putting on a serious, contemplative expression. To be precise, it uses red wine as a base, with rose petals floating on top. That bathwater. Brother Mu, is this marinade? Mu Yulu's face was full of doubt. Anyway, it's all up to you. Save this dog's life of mine. As I spoke, my breath could no longer be held back, and immediately became rapid. Mu Yulu was so scared her hands and feet fumbled. Brother Mu, can this really cure your illness? She thought to herself. This is too weird. My complexion gradually turned pale. I trust you. Mu Yulu was scared out of her wits. She quickly stood up and dashed downstairs. Brother Mu, don't die yet. I am going to take a bath right now to make your medicine. Although, she didn't know if this type of medicine had any scientific basis. But just based on my dying expression, it was clear. If she didn't act quickly, the other party might actually ascend to heaven. Mu Yulu's eyes began to show determination. Don't worry, Brother Mu. I will definitely save you. Then Mu Yulu ran down to the living room. Quickly, from the wine rack in the cabinet, she grabbed a bottle of wine and a bunch of roses, then rushed towards the bathroom. Xiao Lu, what are you doing with the wine? Mu Qianqian asked curiously. Mu Yulu quickly replied, making medicine, then darted into the bathroom. Mu Qianqian's face was full of doubt. What kind of medicine needs to be prepared in the bathroom? But she didn't ask further. Meanwhile, after Mu Yulu left, Mu Nei cautiously poked her small head out. She looked at me, lying on the floor, occasionally twitching. Her eyes were filled with compassion and heartache. So Brother Mu, he needs to drink such medicine to continue living. 10 minutes later, Mu Yulu, wearing a nightgown, her hair dripping wet, ran over. Brother Mu, here's the medicine. She handed me a toothbrush cup. Inside was a warm, wine-red liquid. Upon hearing this, I who was twitching on the floor a second ago, the next second, as if by a dying surge of energy, sprang up like a spring, and sat bolt upright from the floor. Thanks for the hospitality. Then I took the cup, and without thinking, gulped it down in one go. The taste of red wine blended with rose petals, but also had a slightly bitter, acrid taste of industrial chemicals. I smacked my lips and looked at Mu Yulu. Did you add shower gel to it? Her beautiful face instantly flushed crimson. I didn't. It might be because I showered first, and then soaked in the tub. The shower gel on my body hadn't washed off completely. This is so embarrassing. Why does she have to recount her entire bathing process? Ah, so that's what it was. I nodded, and immediately looked at my system panel. Savor it again. Not complete. Damn it. I immediately fell into deep thought. The ingredients were clearly all correct. Why did the mission fail? Is the system tricking me? No. That's not right. My extreme heat resistance physique is genuine. So where exactly is the problem? I raised my head. My gaze fell upon Mu Yulu. Looking at her body, enveloped by a nightgown, yet still incredibly alluring. In a flash, a crucial point exploded in my mind. I quickly stood up, grabbed her small hand, and ran straight towards the bathroom. Huh? Brother Mu, did the medicine work? Mu Yulu asked doubtfully. No, I replied without turning my head. It still needs a little more. Fire. Just as we reached the living room, a small figure blocked our way. Mu Tangchun spread her arms wide, with an aggressive aura. Don't you dare bully my eldest sister. As a result, Mu Yulu and I, with incredible synchronicity, acted together. Each of us grabbed one of her cheeks, and pushed her directly away. Kids, move aside. Mu Tangchun staggered, and fell butt first onto the sofa, so angry she was about to cry. Wah! There's NTR. My eldest sister has been stolen by that scoundrel. The two of us quickly rushed into the bathroom. Warm, humid steam immediately filled the air, carrying an alluring fragrance. In the enormous white jade bathtub in the middle of the room, warm, wine-red water was floating with rose petals. Brother Mu, why are we here? Mu Yulu whispered. Her cheeks were flushed red. However, the next second, my complexion suddenly turned deathly pale, exactly like someone whose severe illness had relapsed. Mu Yulu immediately panicked. Brother Mu, what's wrong? Did the medicine not work? No, the medicine did work. I took a deep breath. My eyes were incredibly solemn. It's just that my explanation had a slight problem. I emphasized each word, and slowly spoke. I just remembered. That remedy cannot be scooped out. It needs to be drunk directly. Moreover, the medicine guide must also be present within it. Mu Yulu was utterly bewildered. Can you explain it a bit more simply? I made a gesture inviting her towards the bathtub. Simply put, I invite you to soak in it again, and I will drink directly. Hearing this, Mu Yulu froze for a moment. A faint blush suddenly appeared on her beautiful face. Brother Mu, does it really have to be like this? Asking her to soak in it again now. Wouldn't that be like bathing directly in front of me? She really couldn't bring herself to do it. Of course not. I shook my head, raised my hand, and gently stroked Mu Yulu's wet hair. A warm smile curved at the corners of my mouth. If it's too much trouble, then forget it. I won't blame you. After all, this illness of mine isn't a big deal. Having said that, under the dim lights and misty steam in the bathroom, I was like an angel who understood people's hearts, gently radiating a halo. But that swaying, crumbling figure carried a sense of fragility. Brother Mu Yulu melted in an instant. She looked at me. Her eyes were filled with an unyielding emotion, preferring to endure suffering herself, rather than make her sister uncomfortable. Wasn't this the older brother she had always dreamed of? What did I just do? I even hesitated, and procrastinated. It was clear that Brother Mu's old illness had relapsed because of her. Mu Yulu just wanted to slap herself. The next second, with a splash, she didn't even bother to take off her nightgown, and jumped directly into the wine-red bathtub. I, seeing this, also froze on the spot. So naive. Just a few words I said earlier. Even I found them deceitful. Mu Yulu disagreeing would have been the most normal outcome. But now, this trust, this disposition, made my heart tremble slightly. Perhaps having a younger sister isn't so bad after all. The corner of my mouth slightly lifted. Then, I drained another glass of the century's fine wine. Ding, savor it again completed. Reward successful. Riding the wind and breaking the waves. Host is about to become the legendary man known as the Sea King. At this moment, I didn't pay much attention to the system notifications in my head. Instead, I turned my head to look at Mu Yulu in the bathtub. I saw her poking her head out, gasping for fresh air. Her cute little face was filled with the fortune of surviving a disaster. After a moment of calming down, Mu Yulu wiped the water from her face, and noticed me gently looking at her. She instinctively asked, Brother Mu, is your illness cured? I replied, really? That's wonderful. Mu Yulu smiled as if a burden had been lifted. Xiao Lu. Can I call you that from now on? I suddenly asked, Mu Yuli's expression first froze, then boundless joy gradually appeared in her beautiful eyes. Brother Mu's way of addressing me has changed, just as Mu Yulu and I were deeply affectionate, and fostering our sibling bond. The bathroom door was suddenly kicked open from outside. Mu Tangchun yelled loudly, "Sweep King 2 is here. Everyone, hands up." Mu Tangchun was holding a high-powered water gun, pointing it directly at my face. "Surrender, you big pervert." I couldn't help but smack my lips. My good mood instantly vanished into thin air. "It's you again, you foolish girl. I didn't come to pick a fight with you, so you should have hidden and laughed. How dare you proactively approach me? Kneel for me, pervert." Mu Tangchun yelled, and directly pulled the trigger. After all, based on her past judgment experience, the more she argued with me, the more she fell into a disadvantage, and would be counterattacked by the opponent, so she chose to strike first to be safe. "Xiao Chun, don't be rude." Mu Yulu wanted to stop Mu Tangchun's actions, but it was clearly a little too late. A powerful stream of water unexpectedly shot straight towards my face. Mu Tangchun's eyes were full of smugness. HMF. Prepare to suffer, you big pervert." Seeing this, I smiled with extreme disdain. "Do you know what a Sea King is?" Then I raised my hand, and lightly waved it in the empty space in front of me. The oncoming stream of water immediately turned back, shooting back towards Mu Tangchun. Splash! Mu Tangchun was soaked, and immediately shrieked, "Wah, it's hot. It's so hot." To punish me, she had specifically filled her water gun with 90-degree boiling water, but unexpectedly, it ended up harming herself. Xiao Chun. Mu Yulu still didn't know what had happened at this moment. She quickly ran to Mu Tangchun, only to see Mu Tangchun's face had already started to redden. Then she burst into tears. "Eldest sister, it hurts so much. My face hurts so much." I stood by and said, "She must have been scalded by the boiling water. Just rinse with cold water." "Oh, right, cold water. Cold water." Although Mu Yuli's expression was a little flustered, her thoughts were still very clear. She quickly turned on the faucet at the wash basin, and filled the basin with cold water, then grabbed Mu Tangchun's head, and plunged it straight into the cold water. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Mu Tangchun quickly struggled. "Wait, eldest sister, this posture seems a little wrong." Mu Yulu saw this, and thought Mu Tangchun's facial injury was more serious, immediately increased her grip. "Don't be afraid, Xiao Chun, eldest sister. I will definitely save you." Gurgle, 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 gurgle. Mu Tangchun's bubble-releasing frequency grew faster and faster. Water also choked her nose. I didn't mean that." Eldest sister was on the verge of tears. Originally, the battle led by Mu Tangchun, targeting me, now transformed into a showdown between Mu Yulu and Mu Tangchun. One person cried while pushing down, the other cried while pushing away. Neither would yield. Water splashed everywhere in the bathroom. A moment later, Mu Yulu was tired, panting heavily. As for Mu Tangchun, she stopped struggling, her body limp. She looked as if she had been gone for a while. Seeing this, Mu Yulu was overjoyed. "That's great. My sister's condition has finally stabilized." Mu Tangchun was speechless. How could it not be stable? Her pulse is flatlining. Damn it. Clang. The sound of metal hitting the floor rang out. Mu Yulu and I turned our heads to look, only to see Mu Qianqian standing at the door. Looking at the strange posture of Mu Yulu and Mu Tangchun, her gaze gradually shifted from dumbfounded to astonished, finally, from shock to panic. "Ah! My eldest daughter. She's enacting a yandere-like, domineering forced romance with her sister, and when love didn't work, she just silenced her forever." In the evening, Mu Feng returned home, silent and unspoken. As for Mu Qianxian, because she was frightened, she had already gone to her room to rest. Mu Yulu, because she had to apply medicine to Mu Tangchun's face, also left early. Mu Naiyi remained stubbornly in my room, playing games and refusing to come out. Currently, only Mu Yuyi and I were engrossed in eating dinner. Perceiving this strange atmosphere, the corner of Mu Feng's mouth couldn't help but twitch. "Can someone tell me what exactly happened in these past 8 hours?" Finally, he locked his target onto me, the instigator. "You brat, what good deed have you done this time?" I was eating dinner, and replied perfunctorily, "Nothing happened. All right, old man." Mu Feng immediately breathed a sigh of relief. "So nothing happened after all. That's just great." I immediately interrupted. "Great, my foot," Mu Feng said irritably. "Don't you even put in a little effort when you lie?" Hearing this, I slumped onto the chair like GU, my hands hanging loosely. "It's not related to me anyway. If Dad absolutely must find a scapegoat, then it's up to you to handle it." Chomp. Mu Yuye, sitting next to me, showed no martial ethics. She immediately opened her mouth, and neatly snatched the last shrimp from my chopsticks, swallowing it whole. So delicious. Her face was full of bliss. "Hey, you damn brat. Spit it out for me." I grabbed Mu Yuye by the neck, and shook her vigorously. "That was a shrimp I just peeled. Mu Feng saw this, and rushed in front of me, grabbing my neck, and shaking me frantically. Don't bully your sister. Mu Yue's eyes were hazy. She looked at the necklace around Mu Feng's neck, mistaking it for a shrimp, so she reached out, and grabbed Mu Feng's neck, also starting to shake him wildly. Big shrimp. It's a big shrimp. The frequency of the three people strangling and shaking each other gradually increased, until 3 minutes later, they all simultaneously collapsed onto the floor, their heads spinning. The next morning, I still drove Mu Yulu to Gunnan High School as usual, to participate in the final day of the college entrance exams. Outside the school gate, Mu Yulu waved goodbye to me. See you later, brother Mu. MHM. I replied coolly. It's not that I don't want to nod, it's just that last night the old man choked me, shook me too hard, got a sprain, then I rubbed the back of my neck. Helplessly said, damn, his arm strength is still really great. Since 5 more people came to live in the house, it's certainly much livelier than before. I casually opened the system panel to check my third mission. What are you spacing out about here? Liu Ruyan walked up next to me and nudged me lightly. I saw her and immediately asked, let me ask you something. Have you ever taken a bath? Liu Ruyan glared at me. Of course, we bathed together when we were kids. Have you forgotten? I secretly thought, not just bathed together, but we also competed to see who could pee further. I ignored Liu Ruyan's glare and continued. So, peach branch delicate, peach blossom brew, rustling wind, bamboo forest pond, misty purple clouds, Zhu Yuan's eye, scarlet burn, nightly osmanthus soap. Can such ingredients be used for bathing? Hearing this, Liu Ruyan was a little bewildered. Huh, what the heck? Who boils bathwater like soup? Alright, forget I said anything. I've really fallen into depravity to actually discuss this kind of thing with this idiot Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan looked at me with an annoyed expression. TSK, this guy. Before she could finish her sentence, I quickly changed the subject. Oh, right. Summer vacation is coming soon. Do you want to go out and play? Liu Ruyan annoyed me with a kick. It's still a month until university summer break. Aren't you taking your final exams? I grinned. I've already competed and have a certificate of achievement. No need for final exams. Liu Ruyan was speechless. I almost forgot. This guy, although he doesn't look decent on the outside, is actually a top university student. I don't have time to chat, thanks. Liu Ruyan became even more annoyed. I shouldn't have come to talk to this guy. It's truly self-inflicted. Humiliation. I sneered mockingly. No way. No way. Really? Are there still university students who have to take final exams and still have to worry about their grades? Hearing this, Liu Ruyan gritted her teeth and said, damn it, you're really asking for a beating. I chuckled. Just imitating you. Imitating my grandpa. Liu Ruyan turned her head away, ignoring me completely. I saw that my goal had been achieved, and prepared to console this hot-headed childhood friend a little. It was quite fun anyway. Suddenly, a heartbreaking scream suddenly echoed. I will never forgive you in this life. I will hate you for my entire life. On the large bridge, one could see a teenage girl in a blue uniform, standing there, her face covered in tears. Did I say something wrong? If you're being bullied, you should reflect on yourself. Why don't they bully others? Only you get bullied. It's both your faults. On both insides. I work hard every day to earn money to support you. Is it just to watch you get angry with me? The girl's mother also screamed heartbreakingly like that, shouting about her own hardships, venting her own stress. The girl was so angry she laughed. Are you even my mother? When something happens, you don't defend your own daughter. Instead, you speak up for bad people. You're truly a weakling. All your life you've just been a dog. No self-respect, you unfilial child. This unfilial child. The woman also collapsed. If I'd known, I wouldn't have given birth to you. I should have just strangled you to death. Alright. I'll give my life back to you. There are no longer any debts between us. The girl smiled tragically, immediately spread her arms wide, and without hesitation, jumped from the bridge. Seeing her daughter actually jump, the woman immediately panicked. No. Don't. She rushed to the bridge, crying desperately. My daughter. Can anyone please save my daughter? However, no one around responded. They could only silently wait for the security bureau to arrive. There's no way. The lake water under the bridge was really too swift. Liu Ruyan heard the conversation between the mother and daughter, couldn't help but sigh. Education nowadays really hasn't changed at all. Ruyan. I suddenly called out her name. Liu Ruyan turned her head, looking at me doubtfully. What's wrong? Help me record a video. After speaking, I immediately threw my phone into Liu Ruyan's hand. Then, without waiting for her reaction, I dashed forward and jumped straight down from the edge of the bridge. Continued from original text chapter 17, section 72a, Muji. Li Ruyan was stunned. She never expected. A person who values his own life more than anyone else's would jump down from the bridge without hesitation at this moment, to save a girl he had never met. At this moment, Li Ruyan's heart was in turmoil. She hurriedly pushed through the crowd and went to the edge of the bridge. In the swift currents, my figure was no longer visible. No, don't be like this. Muji. Muji. You idiot. Even if you want to be a hero, you shouldn't do it like this. You don't even know how to swim. What are you trying to prove now? Li Ruyan immediately cried out towards below the bridge. On the other side, in the lake water, for a person who has become a legend, called the Sea King. Like myself, it was truly like returning home. The surging waves, like winding dragons, basically caused no effect on me at all. How strange. I shouldn't be the type of person who likes to meddle in others' affairs. I was very doubtful of my own actions, but today, for some reason, my body instinctively took action without thinking. I just wanted to save her. Perhaps this is what they call with great power comes great responsibility, right? I reluctantly offered myself an explanation. Well, let's just consider it doing a good deed. On the lake shore, police and firefighters had arrived by now. Li Ruyan bowed 90 degrees to a female police officer. Her face streaked with tears, she pleaded. Please, please, sirs and madams, you must save Muji. The female police officer nodded seriously. Don't worry, we will definitely save your boyfriend. Thank you. Thank you. Li Ruyan was in a panic. She no longer had the presence of mind to notice what the other party said. All she wanted now was for me to survive. Boom. Suddenly, a dull splash resounded. My figure, carrying the girl, unexpectedly appeared on the swift river. Muji Li Ruyan saw me, and joyfully shouted, "That's great, he's still alive." The firefighter next to them saw this, quickly threw a lifebuoy into the lake, and pulled both people from the swift currents, onto the lake shore. Phew, saved. I knelt down on the bank, my hands on the ground. My wet cheeks clearly showed the relief of surviving a disaster. The firefighter next to me handed me a towel, his eyes filled with admiration. Well done, young man, to be able to save someone in such swift currents. Have you trained? No, it was just a fluke, just a rush of enthusiasm. I hurriedly waved my hand, saying with a lucky expression, "You're really too humble, just with your actions just now. Whether it's your strength or your spirit, they are all very worthy of us learning from." The firefighter praised me again. "You're overpraising me again. I am just a kind passerby. It's nothing big. I was just wiping my hair." While humbly smiling, the firefighter saw how humble and good-natured I was, and patted my shoulder. "In short, you're a real man. You too." I also patted his shoulder. Muji. Just then, Li Ruyan came running towards me. While running, she almost stumbled on the muddy ground, but her running speed didn't decrease at all. It even became faster and faster. Oh no. This girl isn't coming to settle scores with me, is she? Seeing this, my eyes widened in alarm. I instinctively raised my hands to cover my face. If you're going to hit me, just don't hit my face. However, the expected pain never came. Instead, it was a soft, warm body that rushed into my embrace. Li Ruyan hugged me tightly, pressing her face against my chest. "It's so good. There's still warmth. My heart is still beating." Li Ruyan was so happy she cried. Tears unconsciously streamed from her eyes. She had never thought that one day she would almost be separated from me by life and death. "Ruyan, I am still wet. Maybe you should stand up first." I was a little surprised by Li Ruyan's reaction. Did this girl change her personality? Li Ruyan looked up. Her wet cheeks showed a pleading expression I had never seen before. "Promise me, from now on, don't do things like that again, okay? But today, I was just impulsive. Later, probably." Before I could finish my sentence, Li Ruyan immediately emphasized it again. "Promise me." Hey, why did you suddenly become so assertive? I was a little unaccustomed. I don't want to lose you. Doing that is really dangerous." Li Ruyan looked at me with a very serious expression. I chuckled. "That sounds too cheesy. I am serious here." Ruyan had never looked at me so resolutely. Her gaze made me a little uneasy. I instinctively rubbed her head. "You don't have a fever, do you? Why are you starting to talk nonsense? Don't you want to promise me?" Seeing that I didn't answer, Li Ruyan's face darkened, as if she would burst into tears the next second. Seeing this, I hurriedly opened my mouth and agreed. "I promise you. I have to promise." I wouldn't dare make Li Ruyan actually cry. After all, this girl is super hard to console. After receiving my affirmative answer, Ruyan's expression immediately relaxed, and she burst into laughter. "Then I will always supervise you from now on, forever." I didn't understand what she was thinking. As time passed, with the treatment from the medical staff, the girl quickly passed the critical stage. Of course, This was also thanks to my timely rescue, preventing her from swallowing too much lake water before leaving. The girl's consciousness gradually cleared. She looked at my figure, answering questions from reporters. A complex expression gradually appeared in her eyes. Did he save me? He's truly a kind person, but someone like me, should I really be saved? A person who was wholeheartedly seeking death like her, now, because of this man, had a new life. Her life, was it perhaps not that bad after all? After experiencing a brush with death, the girl began to reevaluate her life, and her own future. Perhaps, she could change her current situation. Thinking of this, a glimmer of light gradually appeared in the girl's eyes. Smack! Suddenly, a crisp slapping sound echoed. It was the girl's mother who had arrived. The girl hadn't even reacted, when her ear immediately went deaf. Her cheek, which had already lost sensation, now became sore and stinging. It hurt so much. Everyone nearby wanted to intervene, but the woman had already started screaming curses. You wanted to jump. It'll make you jump. It'll make you jump. You dare to threaten me with your life? Are you even human? Everything I've sacrificed for you cannot be repaid by simply jumping off a bridge. You are never allowed to leave me in this life. I want you to pay me back for life. As soon as she finished yelling, the girl jumped from the bridge again. This was something no one had expected. When the ambulance carrying the girl passed over the large bridge, it encountered a traffic jam. The medical staff carelessly looked away. The girl then ran out of the vehicle, and once again fell into the cold lake water.